Yeah.
I love the new intro. That's awesome.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the
It's,
East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, and your girl Bex is inactive tonight. How you guys doing?
doing good.
All right. Well,
Doing
I just
all
want to
right.
let everybody know we have a
Great.
couple of new things. We have the new intro, and we have two new sponsors. We have Faithful Gear, made by the faithful, for the faithful. Check out Faithful Gear at Inspector_Dabbit. That's DABIT on Twitter, 4209er on Instagram, and FaithfulGear209.com. And then go get your Niners gear and tell Robert we sent you. We're also
Yeah.
brought to you by Hella Fitted, also made by the faithful for the faithful. Check them out at hellafitted.415 on Instagram and hellafitted.com. And also you can tell Anthony that we sent you. And I'll bring up their info on the bottom. All right, guys. So sticking with the thumbnail, are we concerned about Brock Purdy
Ah.
and his little outing
Oh yeah.
against the Saints?
So bad.
Throw it
Now-
So
all
rough.
over.
So
Exactly.
End the
all
year.
right,
Season's over.
Here's the thing though. Like everybody was all up in arms that he's playing with a bunch of 2s and 3s. However, there were 3 of our 5 starters on the offensive line.
Yep.
And Kyle Shanahan, I just heard on KMBR that he pretty much said that could very well be our starting offensive line going into week 1.
Yeah. How did no one see that? Like that's why Brock was out there. Hello.
Right. And he was excited to play, get some rust off.
He didn't get to play in the preseason last year, guys. Right?
Exactly.
Like he didn't play till week 1 last year, and you know that pissed him off. Like he's not. Brock's
No, he
not
played in
wired like
preseason.
other QBers. No, he did he?
He played in two games. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, he played like
Didn't think
one
of that.
series in one game and then 2 in the other. They were
Okay.
quick. He was
All
in
right.
and out. Yeah.
I was still surprised at like the up in armsness. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying out some new things. Yeah, the receivers don't really know him all that well, especially in game time. Isn't this why guys are supposed to be getting reps? Like, isn't that what they wanted for
Yeah,
Trey
man,
Lance?
dog.
They wanted him to get reps. Like,
Want to get rips?
you
Wanna
know?
get rips and
Yeah,
reps, baby.
exactly. Rips and reps. Let's go. Rips and reps. Like, what are we doing? Like, so what? We were so excited at that little off-script
What up, Kenny?
play with Brandon Ayuk last year, right? In the playoffs, where he's all over the place, crosses over, and he drops the ball, and they're like, "Oh, geez, wow! Imagine if Brandon Ayuk caught that." So he throws one; it's a bad one this time, and all of a sudden now he doesn't know how to play quarterback. Like, give me a freaking break, man! You know what? You want a T-shirt idea? Whoever's doing it, System QB, but in 49ers Saloon font.
That is actually a good segue into we also are doing a t-shirt giveaway. It's a Ronnie Bell t-shirt from our friends
There
at
you go.
Faithful Gear. So we'll be giving that away in a little bit. We'll be doing numbers from 1 to 50. You say your number when we say it, and we'll pick a number.
There you go.
All right, Ty, what do you think?
Yeah, it's just overblown, people with their typical overreactions, saying he didn't look good and blah blah blah. I had no problem with the offensive line because I knew it's simple math, right? Trent Williams isn't there. Aaron Banks hurt his binky. And Feliciano's, who we knew was out with a knee injury, and Burford had a hand injury. So Pooney's there, and Pooney started the first game anyway. So that can easily be your week 1 starting offensive line. You know what? Get your quarterback out there with him. Let's get them a little bit of continuity. They can know him, he can know them, and also get him some reps. I had no problem with him being out there. Yeah, he got pushed down a few times, but didn't take any huge hits. But it's football. It's all right. And Brock is like that. He doesn't mind getting hit. He's a football player. He's not one of these pansy quarterbacks. Brock is made of sterner stuff. So that's fine. The only issue I had with the whole starting thing was the play calling, really. I thought with the personnel, the skill players that were out there, and what Slowick was calling didn't match up. It was just
Like
off.
Kubiak.
It was
Bobby Slowick's with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, sorry. So people move around too much. Kubiak. That's right. It was the battle of the Kubiaks, and I knew that too. Yeah, what he was calling didn't match the personnel. Like having Trent Taylor be the deep man, just that doesn't work. That's not what he does. So
That
I don't
will
know
never work.
that. Yeah, I don't know why he was calling that. So you know, to see him try to run a deep over and he falls down, like, yeah, yeah, that was bad. Like, so yeah, but I had no problem with it. And Brock, I didn't think he looked bad. I thought it was just a product of the situation.
Penny says Kyle let the kids drive in the parking lot.
You get to take the preseason off with calling plays. You know, Kyle doesn't want to reveal his hand anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he's always calling generic stuff. So it's like, let someone else do it. I'll call plays when it counts.
I actually, real quick, want to give a shout out to Kenny Culp. Saturday night was a lot of fun, and we have to do that again. He had Becca and I on, kind of like a game show type thing, and it was pretty cool. Definitely had a good time. So shout out to him.
I was told to watch that, so I got to check it out.
Yeah, we definitely
got to check out the replay.
We had a good time. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well, yeah, this too. Wide receivers weren't getting any separation.
They got some, but it was like, At that point, the line broke down. It was weird. What can you do?
Out of bounds.
Yeah, and it's all right.
Baldy had this to say.
The dynamic. Yeah.
Baldy had this to say on 95.7 The Game. I'm watching these guys step out of bounds on routes. I'm watching guys fall on their faces. I'm watching a left tackle give up a big hit on Brock. If you're going to sit everybody, why not sit your quarterback also?
It wasn't a big hit. Come on now.
No, it wasn't. But you know what? When I saw him, you know, because it's like I guess my fear goes back to the NFC Championship game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know, so like when I saw him I forget who it was, but he got like real close to his arm. I was just like, all right, I've seen enough. Like you know what I mean? Like, I guess I just still have that PTSD from that game. But apparently the starters are going to play on Friday. You know, Kyle had said he doesn't speak to everyone individually. He just tells them to, you know, be ready if your number's called. We need Big Trent in the building ASAP, more so than BA, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
I'd like to see him.
Hold on.
I mean, he's working out at a Houston gym, I guess, as of last reports.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe he comes in on Monday over the weekend. BA, whatever, at this point. That is what it is. That is this year's Fred Dean, what the hell, right? So, whatever.
Well, speaking of Big Trent, according to Deshaun Jackson, he was on a show and pretty much said that he spoke with Trent, and Trent said that he will be there shortly. And that they're, you know, him and the Niners are working on something, and so that's pretty. I like to take it for what it's worth, but I think that's pretty positive. Hopefully, it's done by the weekend because you know what, you could work out in a gym, but there's that
Yeah.
football shape and there's those reps that he usually goes against Nick Bosa, and you know what, Bosa could use the reps as well. What do you guys think about what Deshaun Jackson said?
I don't know. I'm tired of hearing shortly and working out details, and we're getting close. Either do it or shut up. That's where I'm at with all of it, right? Whether it's Trent Williams, whether it's Brandon Ayuk, I don't care anymore. It's either happened or it's not happening right now. So like I'm done hearing about it. Like it's just the same thing each sign. Dep. There's all these reports, and they're all from people that don't know or say they know. Nothing has changed in like weeks. Like all there's stuff has moved. Like it's been like this big thing of chairs, but nothing's happened. So until anything happens, I believe nothing. But everybody should be here already. This should have already been done. We shouldn't still be talking about this on August 21st. But nobody cares. Nobody learns their lessons. Like we just end up doing the same dances with different people every single offseason, and it is maddening. Because you're sitting here and watching a team like, I don't know, guys, look around the league. Kansas City doesn't seem to be like screwing around with anybody. Like they're just getting people out there, and if you're trash, they're cutting you, right? Like Kadarius Toney is probably going to be gone soon. Like they're just sharpening their swords, and we're over here like still trying to like get dressed. Like it's ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Are you trying to compete for a Super Bowl, or like what are we doing here? Like it's been a soap opera this entire offseason, and I really don't care whose fault it is. It's absolutely stupid. You're either going for a Super Bowl or you're acting like you're playing clown car games, and right now it seems like clown car games.
This is actually one of my favorite sayings that
Same.
Tony has said.
Mhm.
Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
And besides, you can't fix stupid. That's my other saying.
Yep.
Yeah, big time. It's you're right. We can't keep talking about this. Larry Kruger said it best. Like, whenever you think it's done, it's pretty much, oh wait, there's more. And it's been like that. BA has requested a trade back in July. So we're pretty much a month and a half removed from that trade request. And he
Yep.
still remains a San Francisco 49er.
Yep.
Apparently there's been multiple contract offers on the table.
Yep.
Right now it's it was said today, I forget by who, that it's apparently a 4-year deal. And they're, again, ironing out the details that ownership has to approve. But what could that possibly be?
Why wouldn't you have already like gotten the parameters of this? And if ownership says we're not going to go any further than this, then get like this. Did you guys read the Silver column this week? Like Silver
No.
doesn't usually take everybody to task, but like, and especially over there, because he's got a lot of friends in that place, so he doesn't want to lose his stuff. But like, at some point, you kind of have to decide you're either not going to pay somebody, and if you decide you're not going to pay them, that's got to be it, right? I think they still have DeForest Buckner PTSD. Honestly, I think they're terrified to get rid of anybody. Like they held on for Jimmy for forever, right? Like, and yes, a lot of that was because of injury stuff, and like he was kind of like being shifty and whatever's going on. But like they could have nipped that in the bud at some other point too, right? If they just decided to do whatever because they're done with it. This BA thing, I'm beginning to wonder if it's going to last into week 11, right? Like that is the last possible week that this little song and dance can keep happening. So at this point, I've just decided if he shows up before week 12, cool. If not, Jacob Cowing, you're up, buddy. Juwan Jennings, you're not going to be blocking as much. George Kittle, you're probably going to get some more targets. Debo, contract a year for you, buddy. Like that's pretty much how it's going to be. And Christian McCaffrey, warm up your calf. Like that.
I hope it doesn't get to that point.
That's where I'm at with it, because I don't 4-year deal, this, that, or the other. Like if they knew this was going to be a problem, they should have traded him before the draft. Like, and they know what type of guy he is. Like, it's not that he's a bad guy. It's like he just seems to need a foot up the ass to get anything going. Like he found himself in the doghouse in 2021. He didn't make that natural progression from an amazing year in 2020. He took a big step back and kind of had to get it together. So he ate his humble pie and he did everything he was supposed to do. He crushed it last year, and then they didn't pay him like as much as he thought he deserved or as much as he thought he should get. So at that point, they should have either figured it out before the draft or signed him before training camp. This whole going into training camp thing is whatever. And yes, that's the other thing too. We don't know if it's the player, we don't know if it's the agent, but all I keep hearing is that the agent is best friends with John Lynch, so something's going to get done. I think if there's one thing we've learned during this whole thing, I don't think John Lynch has a lot of negotiating power in this. I think he's kind of like a figurehead, if you will. I think it's more other stuff that's kind of out of his hands, because I feel like if it was up to him, this probably would already be done right now. And every time I turn around, we got to wait on ownership. We got to wait on ownership. All I ever hear is ownership's going to give this team a blank check to do whatever it is they need to do. So now all of a sudden they need approval. Make up your freaking minds. Everybody's at fault here. This should have been done so long ago. I don't understand the lack of urgency all this time. To me, if training camp is not your deadline, like the opening of training camp is not your deadline, like what have you learned from any of these other situations? There has to be something that can be done differently. Has to be.
Yeah, this by far is completely different than the other situations.
Dragged and it's like the goalposts are moving, right? So and at some point, like as a team, as an organization, and just so as fans, like they can't keep letting this happen, right? Like they can't give everybody what they want typically, right? If they're being whatever, you know what I mean? So what's happening? Like I don't understand why this I would have tried to get this done beforehand and zipped. Like, this is approved, this is signed, we're done. We have a press conference. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson can do these deals. If you're not beating these other guys to the table, you are just losing money every single second. Every team that does this, it makes no sense to me. There should be a race to get these deals done. A race.
Tony,
There was a race.
John Lynch's
hold
best friend is Brandon Ayuk's agent. Go ahead, Ty.
I was going to say there was a race. And in the race, the 49ers were a cheetah and Brandon Ayuk is a snail. There you have it.
So we
know who's holding this thing up.
Yeah. So
it's not the 49ers.
So you feel like do you feel like they're holding it up so they're waiting for all these other deals so that they can continue to increase their stuff? Do you feel like that's what's happening? Or do you feel like the 49ers just aren't meeting what they want? Or both? Is it a combo?
I have a strange feeling that they're waiting for CeeDee Lamb.
I think they want north of 31 million. And the only person that really got that was Justin Jefferson. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown's around there. He's like 30.75, some weird number like that. Mm-hmm. And they're looking like that, but it's like, hey, they overpaid for their guy. We're smarter than that. This is where we got you at. So they're waiting for Lamb and Jamar Chase to come about so we could be like, hey, that's my draft class. That's where we're at. So that's what my draft class should be doing. That's all it is. Try to get as much as you can. Meanwhile, everything you've asked for, we've done. You said you want to trade, we gave you that. You said you don't want to go to these places. Okay. How about this new offer? You don't want that. You want to be traded again. Okay. Here's another team that you said you wanted to go to. You don't want that. Okay.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. That's why, like, if they knew this was going to get done, they could have traded him before the draft and that would have been it, because then this contract stuff could have been done later. Now they kind of have to do it in reverse. Like,
before the draft, they were negotiating though.
That they said that they let him check his market before the draft, right?
Well, that's apparently he wanted to, like, they had an offer on the table, right?
Yeah.
In like April,
yes,
March or April. And he said that he wanted to see what the other receivers were going to get. That's why it wasn't signed.
He was holding out. The offer's been in front of him all this time. Everyone's talking about hashtag pay BA. Tell BA to sign the damn paper. He'll get paid.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. That it's the final year. As far like he doesn't like the what's on there. He wants it adjusted.
Everyone knows the final year of those contracts are fluff anyway. Players want the guaranteed money. That's what they want to see. It's like not the final year where it's like, oh, final year I make 40 million, but it's voided. It's voidable. Get your money up front, then renegotiate later. But it seems he doesn't even want to do that. He's still holding out for something. So what can you do? What can you do?
Well, at least this week's thumbnail wasn't a BA, because quite frankly, I'm kind of tired of looking at other shows' thumbnails and everything is BA. And
Yeah, exactly.
so I
Shout out
figured
to Jacob Cowing.
Yes.
I like what I'm seeing, Ricky. Keep on doing your thing. Looks like you can play on the outside with no problem. I like that.
I like too that he was returning kicks.
Got him out there returning punts. He looks a little short-handed. Just tell him if things go haywire, just jump on the ball. Just jump on the ball. We don't need you to do anything else. Just jump on the ball.
And that was weird. I almost lost my internet. Thanks, Maddie. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine. Yeah.
Oh, Maddie, I can't hear you.
You said thanks, Maddie, and his volume went out. His sound went out. She jinxed you, Matt. She totally killed your audio. You're muted. Now you're unmuted. But can we hear you?
No, can't hear you. Shout out to Brian Culp. We missed you, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome back.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, my internet didn't go out, my audio went out, and I'm like, I don't know what your deal is. So, I mean, Brian, honestly, that's where I'm at right now. Just withdraw it. Like, every game check he misses is a game check he misses. Either show up and play or toll the contract, and we'll see you in the off season. Like, that's it. Like, at this point, I don't really have a lot of sympathy. Like, if they've met all the benchmarks and done everything they've needed to do, and this thing has just been getting dragged out because he's waiting for Lamb and Chase. And look, that Chase thing, guys, Cincinnati doesn't just dole out money. Like, nope. that thing with Burrow, that doesn't happen much.
That was an anomaly.
So now all of a sudden they're gonna whip out the checkbook for Chase again. That could be pretty lengthy, and I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing. Like, he's out to lunch. Like, I think he doesn't believe like in this current. I think at this point he legitimately does not believe in this current team, and he can't come out in public and say it. So he's gonna try to do this whole like lame duck year of whatever this year, right? And then when it inevitably ends in horse shit once again, everybody will be gone, and he'll be justified in starting over. That's the only thing I can think of there, because there's nothing else that makes sense there. There's 3 guys that all need to be paid. Like, we think we've got problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they don't have nearly the depth either, and they certainly don't have the leadership.
Michelob Ultra,
green tea
sponsorship. Let's go
with a bit of honey.
Green tea is a good
companies
shot.
Out there want to sponsor us. We'll do that too.
Green tea is a good shot. Did you ever have green tea?
Yes,
green
Bigelow.
tea shot.
Yeah, it's Jameson, peach schnapps, and sour mix. It's good stuff. Catches up to you very quickly, though.
I didn't hear about any tea being in that. There's no tea. It's weird. It's like a long. Is that like a Long Island iced tea? Is that like what that is? Like the same deal? Like it's an iced tea, but there's no tea in it.
No actual tea in it.
No actual.
Yeah, well, pretty much. It's still good though.
Understood.
All right, let's talk some injuries. Aaron Banks, broken pinky, had surgery, expected to be ready for week 1. I don't know about that.
Exactly. Offensive
Talano
linemen need
who-
their hands. That's all I'm saying.
They'll
Yes.
put that arm in a he'll play. I broke my pinky twice. They'll basically put him, and I've seen a lot of guys play with it. That he's basically going to play with the Patrick Willis club for the game, maybe 2, and then he'll be back. But he'll probably have a cast down almost above his elbow or some sort of split that will connect that. But if it's already had 3 weeks to heal, like he should be pretty decent by then. So I expect him to play.
Fingers crossed.
Tony, if it's made correctly, you barely taste the Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Rob D, need new sponsors for me to tee up now that I don't know where to get jerky anymore.
He missed the intro. Was he here? I don't think he was here.
So if you want some 49ers gear, custom made gear, please go to faithfulgear209.com. And the rest of the contact information is on the banner. Tell Robert that we sent you. It's good stuff. I've purchased a lot of stuff from him, and he does really good work. The other one is Hella Fitted. Go on hellafitted.com, and of course the contact information is also on the banner below. And you could also tell Anthony that we sent you. I also bought some things from him as well, and yeah, so enjoy. Go get your Niners gear. Get ready for the season. Okay, so Talanoa Hufanga went to the doctors last Thursday. He's been cleared for the next step. He's obviously not practicing this week. He will not play against the Raiderettes. But who knows if he'll be ready for week
I heard
1.
that. That was impressive. I like how you snuck that in there.
I like to, throw things in there whenever I can.
Uh-huh.
Them and the
We really
Cowboys and
appreciate
Kyler
that,
Murray.
honestly. It's passive.
It's good stuff.
Is that Matty?
And we love it. And when you can't really pass it to Kyler Murray, you kind of got to toss it because if you throw it too high, you won't catch it.
Well, I'm not a big fan of squirrel, so yeah. So, are we good with George Odom and Jair Brown, or Malik Mustafa, Jair Brown back there?
All
What do you guys
Malik
think?
Mustafa has to do is rip off his pads and shirt, and people will fall to the ground because they're just afraid of him. So honestly, they'd be fine without him for a week or 2. Like honestly, Hufanga's going to need a couple of weeks to get it all back together anyway. Like I don't expect him to kind of get into things. You're probably not even going to see like peak Talanoa Hufanga until after the bye week. And that's what, week 10. So I'd expect you start seeing him kind of hitting his stride real hard right around that Tampa game, right in that vicinity. But in the meantime, take it slow. There's no rush for him to come back right now, is there? Like,
No.
I don't think this safety room is a hell of a lot deeper than it's been in the past. I don't think they're going to have to call Logan Ryan, off of a trip or anything this year. So,
And Ty, what do you think?
I don't have him coming back until week 10, the Tampa game. He got hurt in week 11 versus Tampa. ACLs normally take a full year for you to come back and be up to speed. I don't got him coming back till week 10. I know all this hopeful and he can run fast stuff. Great. I wish him well, but I don't see him coming back and being full speed and ready to play until then. Anything else is just a rush. So, with that being said, make sure he comes back and he's healthy. For now, Jair Brown is one starter. And both Odom and Mustafa has been showing some good stuff this preseason. I don't mind either one of them out there. I'm probably sure they'll keep things simple for them, so nothing really breaks, and we'll be okay. But yeah, I think we will be good until Huff comes back, and it'll probably make them stronger for it.
See, you know what? I like when people say, let's not rush them back. But what if they're ready to come back and it's before our
if they're
time?
ready, great.
If that is great, more power to them. But normally, it just takes a year to come back. That's all I'm saying. everybody's like week 1 from the beginning. I was like, he ain't gonna be ready week 1. That's too soon.
Thanks, Tony.
So thanks, Tony. So yeah, if he comes back week 3, 4, I'm fine with that. I'm good. I just don't want there to be that stupid rush, that need, like, oh man, we were hoping you'd be back week 1. Can you get out there? No, don't do that.
In case you're wondering what the QR code to the left of Ty is all about, that is the Golden Heart Fund. We had Brent Jones on probably about a month ago now, and
Yep.
one of the co-founders, if you will. Please scan that QR code, donate to the Golden Heart Fund. It helps out our 49ers players of the past, present, and future, really. So go ahead and scan that upper left-hand corner to the left of Ty. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that Malik Mustafa is already wearing Ronnie Lott's jersey. I thought that was pretty cool. He's, little fun fact. He already met Ronnie Lott. I think it was in the cafeteria last week, and he was like starstruck. So I thought that was kind of cool. I like when the youngins meet the old time players and hear their stories.
And he
plus
didn't
he's a
like grow
fan.
up. Yeah, he didn't just grow up watching him play. He had to go out of his way to go watch some Ronnie Lott stuff. So that shows like effort to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not just like, oh, I love Dante Whitner, right? Because that would be about the general vicinity, kind of that age, right? Like he had to go out of his way to go back and watch some Ronnie Lott stuff. Like that's hardcore to me. Also, somebody needs to send him some vintage stuff, not the black and red stuff, because they never wore that in games. Stop it.
No.
Real shit only from championship years. Thank you.
Rob D says, if the doctor says okay, then that doesn't mean it's smart to throw him in the deep end right away. No, and they wouldn't. They, they would work him in gradually.
Special teams too, right? I mean, he's going to have to do a lot of like standing when Jake Moody kicks the ball out of the end zone. There's going to be a lot of that quick moving burst. That'll be like a good way for him to get onto the field.
So you know what? I didn't ask you that. What did you guys think of like the kickoff?
The thing that is going to happen, Kyle literally said is going to happen. He's like, we're going to do everything we can to kick it out of the end zone and just take it at the 30. All this hoopla over this rule, all this stuff, all this thing, and really you're just going to have Money Moody try to kick it through the uprights every freaking time. Woo. That's going to do it. It'll probably, it'll engage some people, but I'm telling you, someone's going to lose their job because of special teams this year, and then they're all going to stop it. Or, they're whatever it is. And I don't know what's going on with the special teams. The special teams just always seems to be a mess. I've given up any hope on the special teams. Maybe we'll get lucky and special teams will be marginalized so they can stop coming back to bite us in the ass, because that seems to be the only way we clean it up.
I think, compared to the Texans game, like Texans to the Saints, I think special teams was a little bit better in the Saints game.
Yeah, much better.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely some improvement there. It was not great, though, in week 1. And there's still, like, I don't know. I still have a lot. Outside of that Green Bay game a couple of years ago, man, there's too many times that the ball has been dropped, literally, no pun intended, by the special teams.
So I think they'll experiment. I think they're practicing some stuff. We saw Jake try to do a little squib kind of line drive kick. And I think a lot of teams will try to do that instead of kicking it into the end zone and you get the ball at the 30. If you can try to squib it so it lands in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone, and if a team downs it, they only get it at the 20, old school style. You get the ball at the 20. I don't know why they changed them stupid rules, but I think that's what everyone will go for. So we'll see Jake Moody try some knucklers and things like that to try to get it down, and hopefully it'll work. I don't know. We'll see. If not, just kick the ball in the end zone, let them have it at the 30, and let the defense do their thing. As far as kick returns, Kenny, did you watch my podcast? Did you hear what I said? I'm kick return coverage in week 1. They didn't practice any kick return coverage and we saw what the Titans did. It was ugly. This week was much better, so I don't know if they practice, but I don't know. It looked better overall. So compared to last year, there's nowhere to go but up. So, like, so maybe this new rule helps us in some way, like the new format, I should say. We won't give up long returns. Yeah, that one. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFL seems to just be doing a lot of fixing.
You know what's stupid though? Like, so they had the kickoffs, the normal kickoffs. Then it was like, okay, we got to take away the wedges because that causes too many collisions and that leads to CTE. So they did that. Then remember, they changed the whole thing where a player had to field the kickoff, and they took that away. You can let it go and declare that it's over so that we can avoid collisions. Then it's like this year, they was like, okay, nobody's catching the ball. We got to change that. Let's bring in a format that brings back the collisions. What are they doing? If you didn't mess it up in the first place, we wouldn't be here. But they're trying. What can you do? It's the league. Sometimes the things they do just doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's like everything. All right. So before we go back to the injuries, how about we do our t-shirt giveaway? Let me bring that up here. It's for a Ronnie Bell t-shirt, and it comes in red, black, and white. And this is from our guy Robert at Faithful Gear. So yeah, go ahead and put your numbers 1 to 50. Put them in the chat, and we'll pick your number.
Yeah.
All right. So John Feliciano underwent knee surgery. Most likely opening the season up on IR. Brian. Let's
of course,
see.
he gets in his number 3 right away.
Yes, of course. I missed that. I'm going to star them here so I don't have to go through the chat. Yeah. Ricky Pearsall. Kyle Shanahan is hopeful he'll be ready for week 1. Not practicing this week. He was actually hopeful he would practice this week, but is not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Isaac Garendo returned to practice this week.
He returned.
Today, we should get the hold on. Wait. 1 second.
Oh, you looking for the update?
No, before I announce this, hold on.
Okay.
All right. Elijah Mitchell returned.
He returned. Yep.
And Jordan Mason came back as well.
Who's that second name?
What's that?
After Mitchell?
Jordan
Who'd you say after Mitchell? Oh, you broke
Jordan
up.
Mason.
No, yeah.
That's not true, Steve-O.
I know.
Stop it. Put in the comments how'd you like the game and the seats and stuff. Yeah, so apparently, according to the writers, Jordan Mason had a really good practice, and it was like he never left, and he needs more carries, and I definitely need him to get some. And do you guys think that he'll be RB number 2?
Heck
what do you
yeah.
think, Ty?
Heck yeah. I think he's earned it. He earned it last season, just didn't get the amount of carries. And he's earning it this preseason with what he's done in the first 2 games. Get a young man the ball. He can tote the rock. He can spell CMC and get yardage. And he has clearly worked on his game, which is what you want. You want a guy come into camp ready show new things, show improvement. He's done that. So he's definitely RB2 in my book.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd say the same. Honestly, I thought he was long overdue. Every time you give Eli
Yeah.
Mitchell the chance to be the number 2, he gets hurt, and then everybody's afraid to like sit CMC. I guess I don't know. CMC needs less touches, snaps. Like
Yeah.
he needs a little rest once in a while.
Yeah.
Needs to stay fresh. So yeah, Jordan Mason definitely needs the rock. It needs to be like a 70-30 thing, 65-35. Somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed, agreed.
I'm all good for Jordan Mason.
Heck yeah.
Was he in Bobby Turner's doghouse?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
he fixed it. There was a big article on it in The Athletic, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Because the only one I remember is BA being in Kyle's doghouse. So Ty, I know you're gonna like this topic. Presley Harvin.
The third.
Presley Harvin the
Presley
third.
Harvin. The third. Chicken Supreme.
Dude was
Gooping
crushing
it.
it out there.
What a preseason he's having.
Yeah, really, really awesome.
He's been awesome. Corner kicking, booming the ball, good hang time. During the Titans game, we saw how the return unit, like I said, they didn't practice punt coverage. So one broke, he had to make a tackle. Like, he's doing it all. He is doing it all. Like, there's a punter controversy. I don't know. This kid is showing signs of good stuff. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. In this world of we can't pay everybody and we need to cut corners and we're asking people to take pay cuts, could there be a change at punter just simply because of that? If you can not pay someone $3 million and instead pay someone else $800K, $900K, league minimum. Those scenarios have happened in this league. So that right there, that's an intriguing position to me. No one's really talking about it, but there could be a change. You never know.
Maddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Wishnowski does enough holding, all that stuff. I don't think they want to change it up. I think Harvin's awesome. Like, I would love to see them.
He broke up.
Uh-oh.
They've had Harvin holding in practice too.
Really?
Just didn't do it in game. Ball on a budget. That's right. You got a ball on a budget sometime.
Uh-oh, Maddie froze.
I'm back.
There he is.
No, I think honestly, like I'd like to see him make the team, but they're only going to keep one punter until Wishnowski can't do the things
unless they
place
Mitch on temporary IR or something. No team keeps two punters. Yeah. So
I'm just hoping that he goes somewhere where he can't ever bother us, right? Like if he does go to another team,
you just know he's going to come to the NFC somewhere.
Here he comes, the Arizona Cardinals new punter.
Yeah, exactly. Those stupid Cardinals or the damn Seahawks. Somebody.
Oh yeah, he'll cough and corner us to death on a primetime game. It'll be great.
Yeah,
it'll be a great time. Rams
guys, make sure you get your numbers in.
That's right. We're doing the giveaway.
Doing a T-shirt giveaway from Robert of Faithful Gear. Ronnie Bell T-shirt comes in red, white, and black. Numbers
Steve-O,
1 to 50. Game,
by the way.
Oh, he there you go.
Boom.
There you go.
I ate so much free food.
He seems like he had a good time. He sent he tagged us on Twitter.
He was really excited over the free food.
It was awesome.
All right, so I think my personal favorite from the Saints game was Chase Young hustling in preseason. But where was he?
Dude.
when we needed him.
Dude,
That was my
really?
personal favorite.
This is what's going on? This is really what you're doing? Oh, what a pain in the ass. That was my exact reaction. I was like,
Same.
okay, Chase Young.
This is your
Now you
Super
want to
Bowl.
do this.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And somebody
Yeah.
said, "Oh, he wasn't the problem in the Super Bowl," and I'm like, "You clearly didn't go back and watch the tape, did you?"
Yeah. But that's Chase Young. Flash early and then disappear. So yeah, it didn't surprise me that he made a play, at the beginning of the game. It's later in the games that's the issue. So, and I'm probably
Wait,
sure
and you
New
know what,
Orleans will find out as well.
but
What'd
like
you say?
even when he was with us, when did he actually flash early?
Yeah, it kind of took him a while, but we didn't start him, so it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I like me some Dom Pooney. Looking
Pooney was
like a
looking
stud
good out
watching
there.
Cam Jordan and stunting on Chase Young. Kid is a natural. Yeah, he is.
He
And
certainly
as I
is.
mentioned
You can see it.
before, Kyle Shanahan was on KMBR before we went live, and he pretty much said that Pooney is going to be the starting right guard. As he
You
should.
literally have no one else to do it. Like,
True.
unless
But
you want to, throw
I
Sebastian Gutierrez out there.
I think he's earned it. I don't think we're
But
just throwing a body in
yes,
there
yes,
just because we don't have anybody else. He's definitely earned it.
yes. But it's that though, and that's what I would have liked to see. Like to have heard more of a confirmation of he's played his way into the position.
Yes.
Yeah.
He definitely has, and he likes my Shiner shirt. So he'll always
Well, there you go. The man has good taste. So
yes.
there we go.
That's right. You're right, Tara. Don't Chase Young flashed during the versus the Jags, and then he was on the milk carton for about 8 weeks. It's true.
Harder to find than Carmen Sandiego.
Facts right there. All right, last call for your numbers for the free T-shirt.
His numbers
Ronnie
in
Bell
1 through 50.
T-shirt.
Put them in the chat.
Let's call. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. A lot of people like Cody Schrader. I think he'll be a practice squad guy. How many running backs do you guys think that will keep?
Someone will be hurt.
Three running backs plus Juice, so that'll give you 4 total.
Ew, Kenny, stop it.
One on the Packers squad.
And then you have at least one special teamer.
What about Isaac Guerrero? Because people think that he'll be a redshirt this year.
If he hits, they're going to try to use him like they used Raheem Mostert in 2019. Like, that's exactly the role I think they've got
What
for
up,
him
Kev?
in mind.
It depends on if he plays and shows anything in this preseason game. Right? If not, they'll, like you said, try to redshirt him, stash him, do something. But I know Kyle's excited about the speed and his ability to catch and all the traits, but he's got to practice and get on the field and show it. And I was about to follow up with that. All of a sudden, Matt Breida's come out of no in return, like, Lazarus, and he's running well and catching the ball and doing Matt Breida things. And it's like, wait a minute. That's a veteran who knows the system that wouldn't be bad in on the team, right?
It wouldn't be bad, right? Yes.
No, like if we're trying to build the best 53,
and he's still fast.
Yeah, for just your backup to the backup of the backup, that's a good one to have.
Silverado Kev says Guerrero doesn't really do it for him.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's got to show something. He's got to show it in practice and show it in these games now that he's back. And unfortunately, the time is limited on him, so he really has to show something.
Jim Everett the Great always has to make an appearance.
Does he fall down after or beforehand without being touched?
He's so versatile. He does both. Breida still fumbles. Yes.
Did Breida really have the fumbleitis?
He fumbled. Yeah, he fumbled.
Really?
Not it wasn't all the time, but he did cough up the ball when he was with us. That was one thing.
For those of you just joining us, we're just talking about the running back room. If you want to win a free T-shirt, it's a Ronnie Bell T-shirt. Comes in red, black, and white from our friend Robert at Faithful Gear, one of our new sponsors. Put in the comment section your number from 1 to 50. This is last call for it, and we'll be drawing the number in a few minutes.
Star.
What's up, Gina?
What up, Gina? Get a number in.
1 to 50. Go win yourself a free T-shirt. All right, so tight ends. David McNiner had said earlier on his show that it's kind of a mess after George Kittle, and I kind of agree in a way. I think I don't think Cam Latu makes the team. Braden Willis is good, but does he block?
Yes, he's been blocking his butt off. If you just watch him and what he's been doing some blocking.
Okay.
So I think that will get him on the roster somehow. He did have that first catch from Brock the other day. I mean, make of that what you will. But
we released Logan Thomas.
Blocking. Yep.
We have Eric Saubert, Mason Pline, which I think they're going to try to stash on the practice squad because they haven't played him. So what do you guys think of the tight end position? Maddie, go ahead.
Charlie Warner's not here to drop passes anymore.
It's true.
Folks seem to be really excited about Braden Willis and some of the jumps he's made. So we'll kind of go from there, right? As long as Kittle stays healthy, everything should be okay. Behind him, though, I would love to see Braden Willis become that second guy that we all want him to be, right? I think that would be good. I'd be okay with that. Saubert did a really good job at defensive back the other night, though. So shout out to him. He could probably fill in there in a pinch if need be.
Ross Dwelly is in Atlanta.
He's in Atlanta with a nice contract. But I was on board with Kev.
Conjus,
I agree with you,
right.
Kev. Yeah, I think they'll keep Saubert and Willis. Who would be 2? I think it'd probably be Saubert. But that could flip-flop based on personnel, what they want to do. Who knows? But those are the guys I see, and Latu will probably be on practice squad once again.
Kenny says Raheem Morris took all our players.
Stealing from the best.
True. I mean, I don't know if he's being facetious or what, but who did he really take? Charlie Warner, Ross Dwelly, Ray McLeod? All right. Last call for numbers.
Last call. Get him in. Everybody got him in. So we're gonna do the darn thing.
I think that Tonjes is really good in practice, but I don't think we've seen him in the preseason.
No, we haven't seen him. And there's been a lot of players. We all know these stories about guys who are practice all pros, right? They're preseason all pros, but when it comes time to actual games, they stink it up. They don't do anything. They don't show what they show in practice. So you can't really go by just what you see in practice. Sometimes you gotta get some film with them against competition.
That's true. All right, Ty, you ready to call the number?
Yep. All right. Let's try to dim this. All right. Here we go. Where's my finger? Let's do it. 50.
And the winner is Dawn Dotson.
It's Dawn.
There we go.
Congrats, Dawn.
Congrats, Dawn. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I will get on that, Bryant.
Somebody's gonna have to pick that up for you, buddy.
Jake
Can we give
Money
away my
Moody
couch
shirt.
next? It's really heavy. Silverado Kev says, here's an idea. Kittle being fully healthy and contributing consistently for a full season. Absolutely. I'm all for that. I say pretty much every show during the season that good things happen when the ball is in George Kittle's hands. And that is 100% the case.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Wide receivers. How many we keeping?
Jeez.
What do you think?
Did you guys put your rosters together yet for the 49ers app?
No.
'Cause that
No,
kind of
I
fits
didn't
in
know
this
you could do
vibe.
that.
You
I
can
didn't
do
even
a
know that
thing
was
where
opened
if you
up
predict
yet.
a 53-man roster, I think you could win some stuff.
Oh,
Going to
really?
the
I
app.
got to get in there.
Yeah. And you can do that. But just remember, like,
Yeah.
like who's going to be on IR and stuff like that, because other fans are going to be like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they'll probably keep 6, maybe 7 wideouts. Honestly, I don't. Is BA going to start the year on that list, or is he going to be on the, inactive list or something?
Depends on
He's
if he
on the
wants to
inactive
show up for work.
You know,
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's up to
that
him.
be nice if BA and Big Trent are signed this weekend?
Well,
Yeah,
BA is already signed. He's
I'm
under
sorry.
contract.
Show
So
up.
is Trent.
Okay. All right.
They need
Extended.
to show up for work.
Extended.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
bring your ass to work day. How about that?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's not bring your kid to work day. It's not bring your dog to work day. It's actually bring your
work day.
You know what? Bring your dog to work day. DAWG. Okay.
There you go. I like it.
That's what you do.
There we
Jeez,
go.
H.
Silverado Kev says Debo, BA, third and Juwan, Chris Conley,
Top 3, we
Ricky
know that.
Pearsall,
Conley.
Jacob Cowing.
Yeah, that was my 6 as well. That's what I got.
Trent Taylor will be on there if BA is inactive, and I also wouldn't be shocked if Trent Taylor was on there anyways, because they want him for punt returns.
Sure-handed. We know that.
We sure can.
We know he'll jump on the ball.
Just don't let him run a deep route.
No. Him running corner routes and deep overs. What are you doing? What
are we doing?
What's going on, Kubiak? Your father taught you better than that.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So speaking of Kubiak, you think he's going to be calling plays during the season?
Not in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I know. I just want to see you guys' reaction. That's all.
I can't believe you. I was like, is she joking? She's joking.
Yeah.
Does it look like I want Clay Kubiak to call the plays when I have the man himself standing behind me?
Look, at the end of the day, none of us want any of this stuff. We want people signed, showing up to work, and ready to go. Okay, and so far we haven't had that yet. But remember, one thing I'm going to say: Charles Mann and Deion Sanders weren't signed until after week 2 of the.
That's true.
Or until after the season started in 1994, and those are 2 really impactful players. So, things can happen. Also, the offensive line was banged up a lot that year. So, there's a lot of different things. Also, another fun fact from 1994, the starting quarterback for the Raiders will be wearing number 15 again this year, open season, as they did in 1994. Also, the 49ers open on a Monday night, like they did in 1994. They opened against the Raiders then, not the Jets, but it was still Monday night against an AFC team. Weird. So many things.
Fun facts.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
Uncanny.
Fun facts. All right, guys, make sure you check out our 2 new sponsors, Faithful Gear at faithfulgear209.com and Hella Fitted at hellafitted.com. Tell them both that ECRG sent you. Don't forget to donate to the Golden Heart Fund, which is to the QR code, which is to the left of Ty. And season's right around the corner. Go get your gear. And you know what? Let's go to that hurry up offense in the 2-minute warning. And if you're just joining us, make sure you like and subscribe. Help out the algorithm, get us out there. We have some really cool guests on the show as well. All right, Ty, 2-minute warning.
Boom.
You're up.
I'm up. Hey, last preseason game is on Friday. I'm kind of excited and sad because I just love preseason because you get the extended look at the young guys, and a lot of our young guys have been showing out. And it's not just the rookies; it's like the second and third year players who have kind of been on the fray, like a Curtis Robinson. Like, dude, he stepped up his game this offseason. So it's very exciting football, and it looks like the back end of our roster is going to be more full, more dynamic, and these guys are going to be ready to play. So I'm happy. Enjoy the game. Go Niners.
Yes, it's on at 10 o'clock Eastern on NFL Network. Go ahead, Maddie.
Yep.
NinersNE.com and get your tickets so you can eat as much food as Steve-O did. Thank you.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to our new sponsors. You guys are awesome tonight. Join us next week. Enjoy the game. And as always, go Niners.
All right. Look at that. Bear with me. Thanks for coming, everybody. See ya.
Thank you all.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the